Hello guys, this is Alex from Hero Hustle with a hero review of one and only Crag Hack. This killing machine that no matter if you're a casual fan or new player or just an experienced PvP grinder, chances you've been wrecked by this guy or you use him to wreck others are huge. One of the most iconic heroes in the whole game, and this is Crag Hack. But before I continue, please let me disarm him so you see. But I'm not sure if there are any viewers of this video who never played Crag Hack. But however, let's disarm him as I always do in my reviews. Take a look at that 23rd level, 21 attack. Why not? And of course, huge points for defense, and no surprise here. 7 knowledge, 11 power for the middle of 3rd month. This is a this game is about to end, and I'm fighting with my opponent. By the way, in the end of the video, I will post the 2 ending game battles for this game. I'm controlling Crag Hack, so stay tuned, stay until the end of this video so you watch the battle. If I'm winning or I'm losing, I'm telling you again, this is the army I'm left with after the first battle. So let's get back to Crag Hack. Of course, probably this is considered as one of the top 5 or 10 heroes of the game, and this is for a reason. Crag Hack starts with advanced offense secondary skill and no other secondary skills. This is very rare for the heroes in this game, and this gives you an enormous advantage to build up your Crag Hack the way you like him to be in your game, because most of the heroes, they start with 2 secondary skills, but no, Crag Hack starts with advanced expert of sorry, I'm so excited. He starts with advanced offense, and that means a flat 30% bonus to all melee damage right out the day 1. So that's insane. Plus his specialty, take a look at how his specialty looks like at barely level 23. 64% damage on melee fight. So don't be mistaken, this additional damage does not apply to archers. All right, this is why we have archery here, which increases the damage of archery units by 50% at the expert level. So yeah, don't be fooled. The offense skill affects only melee units like those here. So yeah, not it's not that bad. Of course, 64% for behemoths who ignores 80% of the enemy defense skill. What we are talking about here, a huge damage, enormous damage to your opponent. So it's really scary. In the community, Crag Hack is often seen as the top tier choice, as I said, especially on open or high tempo templates like Jibus Cross. Players love him because he's simple, powerful, and consistent. What I mean, so if you're that new player and haven't played many games with Crag Hack, don't be surprised if his first 10 levels, of your development, he raises 8 attack or even 9 attack, and nothing for defense, power, and knowledge. Yeah, this is Crag Hack. And you actually don't need a fancy spell setup or complex tactics. Just stack some strong creatures, rush early if possible, of course, fight, and just snowball. I'm not sure when it's a good idea to or a good moment to face Crag Hack in a game. If it's early stage or late game, I don't know. However, this does not mean that this is the ultimate and one and only and the best hero in the game. But before I share with you what I see as weaknesses about that hero, let me tell you what's good. So by the way, as I always, not always, but yeah, it's literally always, but I as previously said, this game I'm playing with Crag Hack is for default template XL plus underground map, random. And I'm playing, by the way, I'm playing versus, take a look. Sorry about that. I think it was Rampart. Yeah, it was Rampart, and my opponent is with Ivor. I don't know if you're new to the channel or you're my subscriber. If you're one of my subscribers, you already know that the only hero I love the most is Ivor, and my opponent here is playing indeed with him, with Rampart. So for this template against that opponent, I think that this is just the best secondary skills build possible in this game, and I'm saying, and I explain why. First, Ivor is a very strong hero. He's not that he's a class of not extreme fighter, but he's considered as one, and he's very strong. He hits hard as well. He has pretty much the similar secondary skills built as Crag Hack here, and you extremely need armorer, not only versus Ivor, but in general. Of course, wisdom, I'm not even share a second talking about wisdom. You know, you must have it in order to learn fancy skills like fly. Oh my god, Crag Hack with fly. Oh, how good is that? And time portal. Then, of course, you need logistics to follow up, to walk, to move your hero at longer distances. Expert Earth, absolutely mandatory for big maps, so you could easily town portal. Archery, very, very useful, especially in this game. You are going to watch it, of course, but archery is very nice with Cyclops, with orcs, and as I previously said, offense does not apply to archers, so it's nice to have archery underhand. Air magic. So most of you like air magic, of course. It's great to dimension door from here to there, but in my games I restricted dimension door, and I know that in many templates it is as well. But I was given the option and I decided to grab it. I could easily choose, I think it was indeed interference when I was offered air magic, but I choose air magic for this particular game because my units were way slower than Ivor's, and I would love to have haste because it's a really powerful combination when you have phoenixes. So follow me here. I have phoenixes, so it means absolutely automatically that I'm first in the battle, and first round I'm first, so I cast haste and hello with those sweet guys here. Just unstoppable. When you put mass haste on your units and you're first with Crag Hack, your opponent may just lay back and watch his army being shredded, literally. So this is why I chose air magic, and last but not least, interference. Why, you might ask? Because Ivor, so interference is good versus strong magicians, but it's very useful versus heroes like Crag Hack, you know, because usually they don't have a lot of power. And imagine this is minus 30%, and if you have an artifact like this, it's minus 40%. It's almost twice lowering this 15 power points, which means they go like 8 here when we battle. So it's way better to have your opponent with 8 power late game instead of 15, or not to mention even more. But imagine what happens if you have, let's say, Crag Hack. I didn't find this artifact that gives 3 knowledge, 3 power, and I have some regular necklace, and I'm left with 12. Minus 40%, so 50% is 6, let's say. I'm given with 7 power, you know, stuff like that. It's really devastating when you're late game and you probably want to summon some elementals or cast a powerful implosion, or you want to resurrect with only 7 power. It's just not worth it. So yeah, I chose interference versus Ivor intentionally, and I think it pays off. You're going to watch the battles in the end of the video. I will be very grateful if you share your opinion down in the comments after you watch the video. By the way, in this very game you see this bad boy here, the Elixir of Life combined. For those of you who don't know how to assemble it, you need those 2 rings, the ring of vitality, and this was ring of, I don't remember the name. Oh, it's written down below. So it's ring of life, ring of vitality, and what is this? Vial of lifeblood. God damn it. So you see the bonus of this. So I'll pause here for the new players, read it. It's really nice artifact. You don't need your first aid tent to cure your units. They cure themselves after each round, but remember, they do not cure 100%. I think they cure a lot, about, yeah, it's 50 hit points. So yeah. However, take a look at the HP of this bad boy. It's not 300 health, it's 379. How cool is that? So yeah, in this game I think I have the best Crag Hack. Of course I could have even better artifacts, like a better armorer. I would prefer those, the one that gives attack and defense, you know, a very nice here. this artifact, I love the speed artifact that gives +2 speed to your units, but when you have phoenixes and you have mass haste, you actually don't need it because your units will be first anyways. So yeah, let's talk about some weaknesses that you might face with Crag Hack, and I'm not saying that it goes for every game, but you know, choose wisely. So as strong as Crag Hack is, his skill development can be a little narrow, I would say. I was lucky enough to have earth magic and air magic at the same time, but I have had games where earth magic was offered to be learned a lot, like the last. And imagine playing late game with no Town Portal ability. It's just terrible, especially if you're facing, you know, if you play versus human who has like Soul Mirror or some other magician, and they could easily Town Portal and destroy you with their spells. But not only that, I have had really bad games with Crag Hack in. Again, guys, this is only for default template, huge maps like this one. You know, I'm not speaking about Jebus Cross. I don't know how it goes there with Crag Hack. Probably it doesn't matter that much. But in big maps, if you lack Town Portal late game, you're most likely dead. No matter that you have Crag Hack underhand, and yeah, it's easily, you could easily destroy any opponent. But also, if you don't have archery, one more time, your shooters will not gain this additional damage that you might be waiting for. So yeah, third time I'm saying this because it's important. But who are the greatest enemies of Crag Hack? Of course, it's Tazar, and all other armorer specialists, because we go like offense specialist versus armor specialist. It's almost like 1 minus 1 is 0. So one hero specialty just over how's the word in English, like it vanishes the opponent's specialty, like fight fire, what was the expression, fight fire with water, something like this. So yeah, one of the worst nightmares of Crag Hack is Nila, Mifala from the Rampart, Tazar from Fortress, and the Nuri or Ruby, I don't remember precisely the name of the factory hero that comes with armor specialty, but yeah, it could be quite challenging. So that you have offense specialty does not make you indestructible, right? So keep that in mind. Another I would say issue you might face with Crag Hack is only boosting melee damage, as I already said. And something else, Crag Hack shines on maps with early access to strong units. And be careful in big maps, as I already said, because you might find it difficult. Something else, there are other offense specialty heroes like how was the name, Gundula, I think it was from Stronghold. I love her because her specialty is also offense, but she starts with wisdom, so it gives you some kind of advantage that you are ready to learn higher tier magics spells. But you know, keeping in mind that you start with Stronghold, which greatest mage guild level is 3rd level. I don't know how good is that, but if you find, as I did, early 5 tier level town, you could easily learn those spells and just dominate the map. In these terms, I would say that Gundula, I hope I'm not mistaken, Gundula could overtake Crag Hack. You know, if they play once again against each other, it depends on what time of the game they will face. But imagine Gundula comes with Chain Lightning, and Crag Hack is up to level 2 spells like Ice Bolt, and that's it. So yeah, it depends. And Gundula is also offense specialist, so the same bonus goes for her. Not to mention Corks, one of the best Cove heroes, you know, Cove faction, the kind of new faction. He's very nice offensive hero as well. So my opinion is that Crag Hack is not unique, right? Yeah, he's iconic, but not unique, not the best hero in the game, you know, and could be easily overtaken with the correct secondary skills build and the correct hero, of course, faction as well. Also, starting with the Stronghold, and you cannot, if you cannot find town like this one, and you stay with only mage guild level 3, could be very, very frustrating on big maps. So no matter the hero, if you don't have good spells mid game, late game, GG for you. It's not, it doesn't worth it. So yeah, keep in mind those weaknesses, and as always, try to take the best out of every scenario you are given. So think wisely, you know, follow up on what your opponent is doing, and react accordingly. Whew, oh my god. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm leaving you with the 2 ending battles, 2 endgame battles I had with Crag Hack. I hope you enjoyed. As always, please share your opinion down in the comments. If you're interested enough, subscribe for the channel and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this. See you in the next one. Bye bye.